Dave Tosh, Executive Director, Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center, and today I'm joined by Cristina Barone from Link Transit. She's the Planning and Development Manager, been there since September of this last year. And you got some really interesting stuff coming up, and I imagine from what it sounds like you're pretty busy right now.
You bet, we are very busy right now, but it's all exciting.
So it's one of those things where the community has kind of provided their input on where they want to go, and you're putting a plan together to go there. There was a tax increase not too long ago to help with some of the expenses. So tell us, where are we headed right now? What's the big picture where you're trying to go?
Yeah, okay, well that's a great question. Let me back up a little bit. So there's been a few exciting things that we've been able to implement since our sales tax increase. That passed in August of 2019. So we've added Sunday service. We've also been able to expand some service later into the evening, earlier in the morning, those types of things. But also, over the last 18 months or so, we've looked pretty closely at community needs. We've taken a look at how our routes are performing and really tried to get an understanding of how we can make the system work better for more people. So we have a big service redesign that we're planning for July of 2022.
Yep.
And it's really the first phase of service increases that we're planning. So it redesigns the system. Our goal is that it works better for more people. There's places, especially in the urban area, where buses are arriving more often, getting people to jobs, getting people to services, shopping, all those sorts of things. Providing service kind of more directly so that trips are faster for people. We're adding new things like express service between Leavenworth and Wenatchee that we're super excited about. Up in Chelan, some new circulators to allow people to get around the community a little more easily. Better connections to the Walmart up in Chelan. We're also adding some service to new places in the community too, and we're really excited about that. So that includes the Saddle Rock Trailhead, some more service in South Wenatchee and kind of the Boudry Street area. Also adding service in Leavenworth to some more destinations like the Ski Hill, down to the Sleeping Lady Resort as well, so kind of better circulation there, and some new service in Chelan Falls as well. Mm-hmm. So pretty exciting stuff. We're eager to kind of get it out there for the community.
It's interesting you mentioned a trailhead, and reading in the paper last spring, there's no place to park.
So true, yeah.
So it would seem to me that Link could really assist in that way of getting people to the trailheads and not have as many conflicts with parking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was definitely one of the things we heard from the community that people are really supportive of.
So that's on your docket as far as something to look at there.
Yeah.
Because I like to go out in the outdoors. I think a lot of people with the COVID situation and all, we're all trying to get outside. And we had a great spring last spring, and people just wanted to enjoy the weather and get out in the outdoors.
It's true, and we're so lucky to be able to be so close to it and get to enjoy it.
So Link could be a really big help in that area.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I wanted to do to talk a little more about is you're looking for community input, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I even heard on the radio this morning about how the post office in Mattawa was going to close, and didn't even ask for any community input, and all of a sudden they're going to get the rug pulled out from under them, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So, not that that's what's happening with Link, but I think it's important to get community input on some new program. And I also know that what you're really talking about is the routes that you have and expanding those routes. And this isn't so much associated with Link Plus, which is a great service for the seniors. Maybe you can talk just a little bit about that route structure that you're looking to expand. You mentioned a few things about in the Chelan area and all that, but anyway.
Yeah. So in terms of the route structure, so there's a few things that we're hoping to do. So in the urban area, more 15-minute service. So up and down Wenatchee Avenue, actually in front of the senior center, going up to Walmart. So hopefully we're hoping that's going to be a lot more convenient for people. In general, just kind of more direct routes in the community too. So we're adding, for example, kind of a direct connection from East Wenatchee over to the hospital, to the high school, and to the college. So that's something that doesn't exist today, and we think will be pretty convenient for a lot more people. So overall, we're just kind of hoping to improve convenience, make the routes work better for more people, hopefully get more people to use the service, or use the service more often.
So as I understand it, there's going to be a survey that people can take part in. And can you talk a little bit about what those dates are and how somebody could participate in that survey?
Yeah, absolutely. So our survey is open from January 24th through February 18th. It has information about kind of what the routes look like, what some draft schedules are for each of those routes, and we're really hoping for people's feedback about whether those proposals work for them. So the online survey, that you can get to it through a link on our website. Kind of a more direct link is www.linktransit.com/movingforward. We'll also have information on our social media. We'll have information on our buses up at transit centers, and overall just trying to get the word out. But absolutely, we really hope for people's feedback. We still have the opportunity to make some changes if we need to before everything's final.
So I know that in our community, especially here at the Senior Center, the folks love anything that's free. Can you talk about now the free service with Link and maybe go into a little bit of detail about how that came about and what you think is going to happen in the future with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're super excited to be in a one-year zero fare pilot program right now. We did a lot of analysis kind of looking at whether that made sense for us to do. We stopped collecting fares as a result of COVID. And decided just through looking at a bunch of things like kind of the revenue that we were collecting, then also what we were spending to collect fares, and also considering just kind of low-income people in our community and ways to just kind of help people get around. And decided to start this one-year zero fare pilot that's letting us kind of evaluate the impacts on our system. And my hope is that we're able to continue it moving out into the future, but those will be some conversations with our board coming up in the next few months, and we'll make a decision about what to do. But in the meantime, I think it's really great for our community.
Well, apparently there's a lot going on at Link, and it's a great service. I mean, I've been at the Senior Center now for over 8 years. And I just know that many of our members appreciate that service, and that's how they get to the Senior Center for many of the things that they participate in, including our lunch program. So and we, the Senior Center, has no transportation to help our seniors. So Link is extremely important in our community, particularly for the seniors. And I want to thank you for all the services you provide.
Oh, thank you so much.
And thanks for spending a few minutes with us today.
Absolutely.
Okay.